So what is the hardest thing for new crocheters to learn? Is it how to hold your hook? Is it what yarn to use? Or is it how to get your tension right? Let's have a look at those things and see. Hello lovely crochet friends. I'm Bonita from Bonita Tatters Design, and on this channel we talk all things crochet. There may be some yarn art stuff involved as well, but predominantly it's going to be crochet. So let's talk through these three points, or what's the hardest for new crocheters to learn. So when it comes to holding the hook, there are two main ways. First of all, there is the pencil grip, where you're holding on this part here, this flat part, with your fingers like you're holding a pencil. Then there's the knife grip. You're holding it over the top of it like that. This way is really handy when you've got some very hard loops to get through, or some very stiff fabric or stiff yarn to use, and you've just got a hard bit to get through. I'll use both methods, but mostly the pencil grip, because I find that to be a fastest method, or maybe it's just the way I learned, I don't really remember, but that is the way I use. So the question about yarn. When you're a beginner, using the velvet plush yarns is not a great idea. It is really hard to be able to see your stitches properly. And when you're just new and learning, you want to be able to see your stitches really well. Just use something very basic, some acrylic, some wool. Doesn't really matter that much as long as you can see what your stitches look like. Don't use any of these fluffy yarns. They're very hard. This is a very hard one to use. Okay, so next we are up to tension. And yes, if you chose tension to be the hardest, you are 100% right. That is the hardest thing my students find to learn. It is just, I guess it just takes time. It just takes time and practice, and it will come. It happens eventually. So let me just show you what you need to do to get your tension working right. Okay, so first of all, make a slip knot, and we'll talk through all things tension. So just make a loop and put your yarn through it to make your slip knot. Put your slip knot on the end of your hook. Now this is how I hold my yarn. This is how I was taught. So there are other ways to hold your yarn, but I'll teach you this way because this is the one I know. So you put your yarn around your little finger and then over these three fingers. You then use these two, your thumb and your pointer, to hold your work. So you have your thumb and your pointer pulling down on the knot or the work. You have this finger holding your yarn up, and you have your little finger closed to stop any more yarn coming through. So that creates the tension. And then you put your yarn over and pull through the loop. So while you're doing all of those things, it enables you to be able to pull it through the loop without too much effort. You want it fairly loose to start with, because you are going to have to crochet back through into those stitches. That will be your first row basically. So that's sort of how it works. So anyway, that's a big, I'm using a big hook so that you can see it, but so yeah. if you can practice doing those, and you put your hook in front and then the yarn goes over. Oh, hold on, I'll just put my slip knot on. There we go. So yarn over and pull through, and that gives you your chain, and that's the first stitches to use to learn. So if you can do that, that will help you when you come to learn your crochet class, and it will make it so much easier for you. So hopefully that's been helpful for you. Now, if this has been a helpful video, please click the like button, and also if you subscribe, you'll get the next lot of stitches that I'm going to show you how to make, and also we'll continue on with the yarn haul and what I make from the yarn haul. I have actually got a few things I could show you, but we'll leave that to the next video. Anyway, keep well and crochet lots, and I'll talk to you soon.